Hey, what's up guys, Jed here. Which intermittent fasting schedule is best for you? Good question. Let's talk about it. But before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you stay up to date whenever I post a new video. Alright guys, so I'm going to explain how each one works, and then of course talk about who I think that specific schedule is best suited for. Starting off with the most common intermittent fasting schedule, 16-8, which is basically where you have an 8-hour eating window and of course a 16-hour fasting window. This schedule is the best for beginners and even for people who have already been doing intermittent fasting for a while now. And of course, with this being the schedule with the longest eating window, you can fit in more food compared to other schedules, and it's pretty easy to go through that 16-hour fast without feeling like you're starving. So if you're someone who's thinking of doing intermittent fasting, this is definitely the schedule for you since it's easy to start, you have a longer eating window, it fits well with most jobs, and it's not as hard to stay consistent with compared to other schedules. The next schedule on our list is the 5-2 diet, which is where you eat normally, as you are right now, which could either be a trash diet or a healthy one for 5 days of the week, and then eat at a deficit of 500 to 600 calories for the other 2 days. The days of the week that you decide to be in that 500 to 600 calorie deficit is totally up to you, as long as you dedicate 2 days out of the week. Now let me briefly go over why I think this isn't exactly the best schedule to follow, in my opinion. First, we need to understand that in order for someone to lose weight, they need to be in a caloric deficit every day. So when we look at this schedule, you'll notice that there are only 2 days out of the week that you're in a caloric deficit, and of course the other 5 days are pretty much you having the freedom to eat how much you want. So if you're someone who eats a lot, then those 2 days that you're in a caloric deficit won't do anything for you, making the schedule pretty much useless. But if you're smart about your calories during those 5 days and still remain in a caloric deficit, then the schedule could still work for you. So in a way, the schedule is similar to alternate day fasting, which also happens to be on this list. So since I said they are similar, I'll just skip that one since there really isn't much else to say. The only difference between the two is that alternate day fasting is where you fast every other day. So it would look something like Monday fast, Tuesday eat normally, Wednesday fast, so on and so forth. Moving on to the last schedule on our list, which is the warrior diet. This schedule is basically where you eat fruits and vegetables during the day and then have a big meal. So this diet, or schedule, whatever you want to call it, considers eating fruits and vegetables still a fast. And then you have a 4-hour eating window in the evening that you finish off with a big meal. So that in itself already sounds weird, but hey, it's a thing. So first of all, I just want to clarify that eating fruits and vegetables during your fasting window is not a fast. I just want to make that clear. And lastly, there's nothing wrong with having a big meal in the evening, but just keep in mind that so many mistakes can happen in just that one big meal. Reason being is because you have a high possibility of overeating due to the fact that you haven't eaten all day, or because you haven't eaten much. I mean, if you have strong willpower, this could still work, but if not, this schedule probably won't be the best idea. I also want to point out that this schedule is very similar to OMAD, also known as 1 meal a day. The only difference is that OMAD, you really do fast for an entire day, and then of course have one big meal. Going back to what I said earlier, if you consider yourself to be someone with strong willpower, the schedule might work for you. Otherwise, if not, I highly suggest staying away from this one. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. If you guys are interested in learning more about weight loss and intermittent fasting, be sure to check out my last video where I talk about intermittent fasting versus water fasting. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and tap that notification bell so that you never miss out on any future videos. Also, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below letting me know what schedule are you guys following. And with that said, I will see you guys next time.